At this time of year, even our food is festive, desserts in particular. Chocolate makers and pastry chefs are coming up with all manner of creative variations on the traditional Christmas Yule log. Chocolatier Jean-Paul Levin has concocted the maboule, which would loosely translate as my bauble.
Obviously, I was inspired by the Christmas bauble and developed the maboule around that.
This tasty treat is composed of 2 chocolate hemispheres. He spreads a thin layer of chocolate around 2 moulds and then leaves them to chill for a few moments before turning them out. He then places 2 biscuits between them.
For the biscuit, we begin with egg whites and sugar. We gradually beat them, and once they've been whisked, we add ground almonds using a sieve.
The biscuit is piped out in a coil shape and then placed in the oven. Jean-Paul Levin then moves on to the chocolate ganache and its somewhat surprising ingredient.
I've already prepared a mulled wine with cinnamon, orange, etc., which will be added to the ganache. It's a nod to Christmas. The cream, the mulled wine. So I pour it over the chocolate, and the ganache will then be sandwiched between the biscuits.
And all that's left is to put it together.
I put the truffles inside. Then I add the biscuit. We place it on the shell. And then we put the top on. And here we have it, my take on the Yule log, maboule. As a pastry chef, it's important to be able to express one's creativity. And customers like to see something new, inventive, so everyone's happy.
Pastry chefs are really going all out to create enchanting and magical takes on these Yuletide tasty treats, bringing new shapes and styles to the traditional Yule log. The Hôtel Meurice in Paris is paying tribute to one of its most famous former clients, Salvador Dali. Chef Jean-François Piège has taken on a fortress, and the pastry chef at the Hôtel Prince de Galles has got cosy with some chocolate cushions. And Patrick Paillet has given the Christmas candles a minimalist makeover.
We're very competitive among pastry chefs and also like to surpass ourselves. It's a personal challenge. Every year we say, bring on next year so we can create a new type of Yule log. We challenge ourselves to think outside of the box and move on from the swill roll Genoise sponge cake. It's important we use our know-how to bring something new to Christmas food.
This sphere contains a passion fruit and milk chocolate candy covered in edible gold dust. The red one is filled with a mango and passion fruit coulis. The dessert is made up of 3 globes. The candle in the middle has a passion fruit sauce centre, which has been poured into moulds and put in the freezer. It also contains a vanilla filling, which has been left to macerate in cream for 24 hours before being whipped up.
This is not as stiff as the chantilly, it's more of a creamy texture.
They put the passion fruit balls in the vanilla spheres and place in the freezer. Then on to the final stage. A milk chocolate and caramel mousse with chocolate biscuit.
And then we add the vanilla pieces we prepared earlier.
The candle is sprayed with white chocolate and the flame is made from spun sugar. And when it comes to serving, well, that's no longer a headache.
There are 4 separate chocolate bases, so each guest gets given an identical serving.
And with Santa's sleigh remaining a popular theme for Christmas puddings, this year some chefs have imagined poor old Father Christmas getting into some bother. Julien Merceran has gone as far as to saw him in half.
It's a bit daring. We hope it won't frighten children. It's meant to be fun, and he doesn't look scary.
This frozen dessert is composed of chocolate cubes. Marzipan is used to shape Santa with silicone moulds.
We use red colouring in the marzipan to make the hat. The boots have been dipped in dark chocolate, and we also need to prepare the royal icing, which will complete Santa's face. Royal icing is a mixture of egg white and icing sugar. It's a bit like meringue that hardens as it dries.
en séchant en fait.
Once he's finished decorating, he fills the cubes with ice cream layers.
Donc on a un parfait
We
caramel,
use a caramel parfait around the top and the sides. On the inside we have chocolate ice cream, chocolate parfait and then chocolate ice cream again. And then a crunchy biscuit, giandouja.
Giandouja is like a chocolate spread with finely ground hazelnut. Cutting up Santa is both an unusual and tasty experience.
We had thought about including a red fruit coulis, which would flow as we cut into the dessert. But after a bit of thought, we decided this might be taking things a bit too far.
So who knows what to expect for 2015? All this year's creations are available as limited editions until the end of December.